رائعة. أنا على وشك النزول من الطائرة. هل نسيت الخطة مرة أخرى؟ دعني أكررها لك مرة أخرى.
Yes, that's right.
أولا سنقوم بتسجيل الدخول إلى الفندق. لا تنسى طلب وجبة الإفطار للغد من مكتب الاستقبال. في اليوم الثاني سنذهب لتذوق المأكولات المحلية والقيام ببعض التسوق.
Tan 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 tan
Mic check. You know, it's so funny when you do those ad libs, you know exactly who does those ad libs, or if you're a music fan, that is.
Yeah. Especially at Madison Square Garden.
Supposed to also do that?
Yeah.
Well,
you know, that'd be so cool if you did, yeah.
Oh, no, I
you
don't
can.
even know how to do it.
No.
Wait, you're in America for how long?
Since 2000?
So how long is that? 25 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you never went to a Jay-Z concert?
Nah, he's not my type of...
This is going to be a terrible episode. We are back like Musana, ladies and gentlemen. Look to this. The T-shirt says it all. We are making merchandise now. There's a big shout out to, I'll tell you, a guy got in touch with me. His name is Santi. He had a business idea. I went to Cremosa. He walked up to me and says, I got a business idea. He wants to start making water, like a luxury line of water. He sent me his concept and he says, I want to work with you in printing T-shirts. So he made a couple of designs. We're going to make a couple of colors. So this is the first. The next episode we're going to have, you're going to see another design. And so on and so forth.
So the people get to like vote for which design they feel the best, right?
Better than that, they can buy the one that they like.
Right. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Moving on, our guest today is...
I want to make another one.
Yeah, you should.
We are back like not your father. Your father doesn't like you.
Our guest today is an interesting gentleman. Every person I've asked this week about George Mtonga has something interesting to say.
Why were you asking people?
I just want to get a feel of where people are with the name when they hear the name George Mtonga. You know,
why do you think people know him?
Strangely, everybody else knew him, including my wife, who rarely knows some of the guys.
Except you.
Yeah, but she knew him.
What did she say about him?
She said, "I watch him, and he's a great philanthropist."
I want to call her.
Call her. I didn't even know. Listen, do you know how much I know?
Is that what she said?
Listen, do you know what I know about you? Finance. Securities exchange.
You do not know about him. You said that
after I researched him.
This nigga, see?
After I researched him, what do you mean? And then my wife tells me, he's a great philanthropist. She even mentioned Remy, and she says, what Remy does with orphans and stuff. You do that?
I used to do that. So,
okay.
Yeah, but I don't do it as aggressive as I was before.
What happened?
I just got busy. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going with the introduction.
And this part is from ChatGPT.
Okay.
Gotta be honest. So he's a Zambian individual who has been publicly sanctioned by the Securities and Exchange Commission of Zambia for investment-related misconduct. ChatGPT went straight to misconduct.
What authority do you have to give financial advice now after this?
I think, an MBA, a degree in economics.
Yeah, well,
hold on. Yes, those are the qualifications that justify that I can speak to this.
Right.
Now, in regards to that, right, I've never done business in Zambia. There are some legal issues that I sued the Securities and Exchange Commission for denying me a license.
Why were you denied a license?
So I'm going to that. So I've never really done any business in Zambia. So there may be some political issues why they did that. Now, I can't speak to what has already happened when we sued them. The court system found the entire thing in my favor. You see what I'm saying? So the idea is if a regulator does something like that, they actually have to stand on legal standing. If you feel that their legal standing is not substantial, you can take them to high court, which I did. So that entire process is going through the courts because you got to realize something. In order for you to be denied a license, your misconduct must have happened in Zambia. But dude, I don't live in Zambia. I've never lived in Zambia. This was my first attempt to get a license.
So let me ask you a question. What is the guy that started that crypto thing, the one that tanked and he got arrested?
Fried, Sam Bankman-Fried, yeah.
If he then comes to Zambia and he tries to apply for a license with what happened to him in America, don't you think that the regulatory body is justified to deny him a license?
Yeah, this assumes that something happened to me in the USA.
Why were you denied?
That's what I'm trying to say, that I don't know.
Did you ask
You
them?
don't know?
No, I don't at all.
I thought you said the court ruled in your favor.
Yeah, the court ruled that the denial of the license wasn't justified. So I took them to high court. That's what happened. See, the problem with this is that my lawyer said that I can't speak to it, and you guys ambushed me on the questions.
So you can just touch on it and not really explain.
So here's the thing. I was interested in starting a business in Zambia. So to answer your question, I operate in the United States just fine. I've been doing it for like 18 years. So that's that. So when I tried to introduce the same business concept in Zambia, I contacted the Securities and Exchange Commission and I said, hey guys, here's my business plan. This is what I want to do in Zambia. They said, George, you take this class, you do this, you do this. I went through the entire process with their guidance. I passed their exams. I joined, I think it's called the Capital Markets Association. I paid all the fees. Then later on they said, oh no, we are going to investigate your application. And I'm like, well, why are you investigating the application when you guys were with me when I was doing this process? Then they spent like a year and just sent me a letter saying, oh, we are going to deny this license. No appeal process, no attempt at even asking me any questions. You see? So that's when I just hired lawyers because I didn't know anything about the securities law and all that stuff. When the lawyers filed, they went to high court directly. And then we sued the attorney general. And now that's where the case is. So I really can't go in that because the lawyer said, hey, until this is done, you really can't speak about anything. But I can say that the goal is for me to get my license. There will be damages paid by the government. That's pretty much it.
Oh, right. Because my understanding was that you would go on Facebook and advise people about investments. You would go on Facebook and talk about being an investment advisor without having a license, and that's where the issue stemmed from. You know what I mean?
No.
But why would they pay you any penalties for denying you a license? Because you are not guaranteed you'd get a license.
So that's why I'm saying that I can't really speak to the details unless my lawyer allows me to do that.
That's cool.
So I can't really speak to the details,
Good luck with the case.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Hope it comes through. We need as many young people as we can, because it's always kind of felt like it's almost always the older people that start companies, that issue advice. So the more young people we see doing this,
I think there's a lot of young people who are ready to do this. The obstacle has always been in Zambia regulatory frameworks, regardless of what business you go into. If it has a regulator, chances are that there's going to be an obstacle. Recently, we tried to we raised money to start a mobile nursing company. And when we went to the regulators for that, they said, hey, we don't even have the regulation for something like this.
Who was the regulator for that?
I think something like NCCM something.
A license for what?
Nurses and midwives, these practitioners.
You wanted to make that mobile.
So the idea, like in the USA, you have nurses that go to houses. So like, other people can't
go. My mom has that business.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Shout out to my mom.
Yeah, so they said that they don't have the regulation for that, which I understand because you're going into other people's houses. and, things may happen. You don't understand what the liability levels are. So I understand. But to your point, in terms of young people being innovative, the regulation has to follow the innovation of young people. Young people are coming up with ideas that have no legal infrastructure. Same thing in our world from an investment standpoint of view. We wanted to introduce an ETF. Nothing like this exists in Zambia, but it exists everywhere. So
now I feel your pain. I spoke about this the last time, about 6 years ago. I wanted to start a company to have drones transport blood and ARVs. So we already had a company out of Belgium, Anaxis. Shout out to Mark. He had already made an investment, spoke to Jan, they put money in it. So everything was ready. All we now needed was the license. So I went to the civil aviation and I told them what I wanted to do. We had already partnered with a couple of NGOs in terms of donating blood, ARVs, because there's these really remote, hard to reach places where it takes days to take ARVs there. They were for it. So everything was good. And what we needed was a license. I went to civil aviation and they said, so using a drone? I said, yes. They said, we don't have drone licenses. So you're going to have to get an aircraft license.
Aircraft.
And that, and that cost an arm. I'm like, bruh, do you see who you're talking to?
The Director General at Civil Aviation is my grandfather. So now, just to give you an idea, these are individuals that have been civil aviation for years.
And new ideas seem very far-fetched for them.
Not necessarily far-fetched. It's more like there's a lot of bureaucracy that needs to happen in order for it to get to his level. You see?
And maybe a law that needs to be changed.
No, 100%. There has to be a legal framework because, again, you have to understand, even though, and this is something that I've come to understand, innovation in of itself is nice, but there are other liabilities that are incurred. So, for example, if he's taking the blood using drones and runs into a bird and the bird is endangered, who's responsible for that liability?
No, the same person who's responsible when a bird flies into a plane.
Well, yeah, but the current framework, the current legal framework of liability for planes is already established. You even have insurance companies that can take on that risk. So you would have to actually say, well, we need an insurance company to take on the risk of drones, that specific risk. So there's a lot of catch up. The innovation and the intelligence is there, but I think there's a legal framework that needs to catch up, and that's the problem. It's not that guys don't want new ideas. It's just that, okay, it's a good idea, but the heavy lifting is too much. You're looking at 10 years in
on whose
trying
part?
to get
Too much on whose part?
I think regulators for the most part.
But is this not what we're supposed to be pushing for?
No, that is exactly what we're supposed to be pushing for, but that's just what it is right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in America?
He just told you.
Well,
I don't know. I asked that because there's a bit of a contradiction to what he said. He said 25 years, right?
Yeah.
And then he says, I've never lived in Zambia before.
no. In terms of time that since I left to pretty much now, I haven't lived in Zambia in my
Well, that's what you meant. So I thought, okay, what am I missing here?
No, I was
for 25, but I've never lived in Zambia before.
No, I was born in Zambia. I left Zambia when I was like 11. Yeah, like around 11, 12 somewhere.
Oh, right.
So so consciously as an adult, I've never been in Zambia. Like I've never grown up in Zambia.
But do you come back and forth to
Zambia?
Yes,
a lot, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you move to America?
Well, my mother moved there.
So when you established yourself and you became an adult, why didn't you move back here?
I mean, I had nothing here. There were more opportunities that side.
Don't you feel we should create opportunities?
No, not really. I first have to look out for myself. Like, you need to kind of build yourself money-wise before you start thinking of doing anything in Zambia. I think it's easier for me now because I have my own money. I can come in and invest. But when I'm 23, coming out of undergrad, the only thing I have is an education, nothing else. And I don't think there's a lot of intelligent people with degrees here. People need money. They don't need more degrees. They need somebody to come in and say, I have 70 million kwacha. Let's do something. Let's do a project. I think that's more needed than...
I don't believe that.
Pardon?
I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's just what I believe.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now, they are about... There could be more, but I can count 9 different government institutions that are giving access to money.
Okay.
What you need are ideas. I can tell you that now for a fact. If you have got a good scalable idea, there are so many institutions that are ready to fund that. Some are not even affiliated with the government, right?
No, 100%.
Right. You've got
I've heard of
CBAN,
them.
for example. You've got the Zambia Credit Guarantee Scheme, which is another. So there's so many organizations who are waiting for good ideas that they can invest in.
The credit scheme, I don't know if it's the same thing, but my understanding is that it's something that's coming up recently, and it's been...
now.
So you're talking about the credit scheme from the government, because I heard of a situation where the government wants to provide a credit infrastructure to allow banks to lend out money, and that money is guaranteed by the bank, but by the government. So is that the system?
Yes, it's the same one.
Yes. So, I mean, if the money was available and it was easy to get, I wouldn't really be having a lot of issues, a lot of young people asking me about how to get funding.
They don't have information.
Yeah, so maybe it's a matter of information. But regardless, the idea is that money is needed, whether it's coming from those people, because if you come from the USA or you come from anywhere and you just come in with a degree, right, or you with an idea, you're not really adding any value to the country, because whatever money you're going to leverage, even if you can leverage 50 million kwacha from Zanaco, it is money that's already in Zambia. So in order for you to build the economy and increase the economy, new money has to come in. So I'm always of the view that I'm interested in new money. Money that's already in Zambia is simply circulatory. That's it. Like, it's money coming from me to you. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's any growth in that, unless it comes from somewhere else and then enters the economy.
And also another topic that needs to enter the discussion when you talk about money and ideas, financial literacy. Because a lot of times we've got people with ideas. You have the money, they have the idea, but when you give them the money just disappears because of lack of financial literacy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I feel like you want to keep your mic close to your mouth.
Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
Are you happy, Gob? Yeah, you made a good point, Kalenga. You can carry on.
No. I was just adding to his point about financial literacy. Because he said he'll come with 70 million and he's looking for people with ideas who he can put money into. But then you find, perfect example is when CEEC just started. You know what I mean? Everybody rushed to get a loan. How many people actually paid those loans back? I think because none of them, or very few of them, had financial literacy.
Out of 40,000 loans, only 10,000 have been paid. The default
rate
is extremely high. Yeah, the default rate is extremely high. But again, you see, somebody told me that you can't leave beef next to a lion and expect the lion to ignore it. You can't give somebody who already has pressure. It's like these guys that talk about financial advice, right? You're talking about, when my mother gave me 100 PIN, that's all I had, and I built this business. Well, yes, you could build that business because you guys were not paying rent. You owned the house that you lived in. You already had a car. You already had that support. Now, if I gave 100,000 kwacha to somebody who's struggling, they need to use that money to pay rent, to survive. So the whole financial literacy thing, a lot of people think that from their comfort zone, they expect everybody to have the same level of financial literacy. People know how to use money, just that they have other things to use it for. That's how I look at it.
Okay. From what you're saying right now, I'm picking you have a passion for like youths and business.
100%. For me, because again, everybody, for the most part, if you're above 35, you're done. 30 years, 40 years, you're dead.
Why would you say that?
No, because I look at individuals that have capacity, that are going to be around for another 30, 40 years.
Well, that's who you're looking to work with.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like,
not that they're done. But that's who you're looking to work with.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are more passionate. They are more aggressive. They are more optimistic. The hunger is extreme.
More potent in the young ones, yeah.
And they are the ones that you actually can groom. Adults, like, I can talk to you guys about money. Chances are that you already know what you want to do with it. You see, there's really nothing I can add to your life unless you accept it. That's just adults. That's where they are. They've gone through enough things to be able to do things by themselves. But if you find somebody who's 18, somebody who's 19, you have at least another 10 years to groom them.
So if you got into a room full of 18, 19-year-olds who are full of ambition, but no direction, what's the one piece of advice you would give them about success and failure?
Be patient.
Okay.
Make your mistakes. This is the time for them to make mistakes. That's it. But the most important thing is be patient. There's no way you can be a 19 and you want to jump that stage to start acting or behaving like somebody who's 27 and has kids. No, be 19. At 19, you're supposed to be going to parties. You're supposed to be in school. You're supposed to be watching YouTube. You're supposed to be making skits. That's what the people that age are doing. So that when you get to 21, it doesn't feel as if you missed a stage in your life. Progressively, you will be fine.
And our resident virgin seems to really enjoy what you're talking about right now. Oh, he's a virgin, by the way.
Oh, by the way.
Speaking of youths, I don't know how far back this is, but you wanted to get citizenship for 50 Zambian youths. How's that?
Yes, it's very difficult. The idea was nice, but you would have to adopt all of them, and that's a lot of money. So as a U.S. citizen, any child that I adopt automatically becomes an American citizen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how it works.
ICE doesn't like that.
Yeah. No, the immigration don't like that. So they've made
So you can actually adopt 50?
I can, yeah.
Legally?
50, yes.
And you planned on taking all these kids to America?
Ideally, it was to because in America it would be very expensive for me, right? But the idea is when they have citizenship, they get to the time when they're supposed to go to college. That's when you bring them, because as an American citizen, they are now able to apply for scholarships. Right. Non-American citizen wouldn't qualify for. So that was the idea, and that's what I'm doing with my nephews and nieces.
You're adopting your nieces?
Oh yes.
But don't you think that's like exploiting a loophole?
100%. That's what we do. We exploit loopholes for gain.
I don't think Trump wants to hear that.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, but he's
Before you know it, there's a tariff for that.
No. He's one of the best exploiters of loopholes.
Taxes especially.
Taxes.
But here's the thing, though. For him and fellow rich other white people.
Yeah, but here's a black man wants to adopt 50 kids and bring them to America.
Like, hell,
who's America?
But he'll be like, Madonna did the same thing. Like, but she's Madonna. Have you seen how white she is?
No, but the idea is just the law. This is why I like lawyers. The thing about lawyers is that it's not emotional. If it's on paper, it's on paper.
And if there's a loophole, they'll jump through it.
Yeah, so if you see me with 50 black kids.
How many laws has Trump broken just because I'm still applying for, I'm talking too much.
You're still applying for American
I'm still applying. I'm talking too much.
You know, it'd be funny when you get into an interview room at the embassy and they start to play these clips.
Like, you know what? Okay, never mind.
No, if you plan on going to the USA, definitely you want to keep your conversations a little bit lighter. But for the most part, right, the law is very clear, and they are trying to stop that, because what that does is that it gives an advantage to what they perceive is not American. So pretty much if you're now white. So in their world, to be an American, you need to be from Europe or a descendant of Europeans, white. That's why they don't have a problem with immigration from Norway, from Scandinavian countries. And he said that too.
But can you imagine how many people actually exploit this law? I mean,
Nigerians do it a lot.
Bring up, I can imagine a Nigerian
Nigerians, Ghanaians, everybody.
And they all pay,
Zambians, for some reason, Zambians feel when they have something, they just need to dangle it to everybody else.
I have this.
But
I'm not sharing.
Yeah. But Nigerians, if I have a female cousin and she can only get citizenship through marriage, I can actually end up marrying her. That's what they do. So that she gets citizenship.
Then you get divorced when she comes there.
Yes. When you can divorce her when she comes there. Once she's there, she also does the same thing for another cousin.
Oh, wow.
And now, when you look at some of these asset levels of Nigerians in West Africans, you're talking about generations.
They've talking about whole communities there, like the Chinese.
Entire communities, Chinese, Asians. Zambians are the only people whose success is about me, and everybody else has to be beneath me.
Crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure it's happening. the way we have a China city everywhere. I'm sure Nigerians are doing the same thing.
No, Nigerians are doing the same thing. Yeah, you can literally go into an area, clubs are owned by Nigerian boys. These are clubs that anybody can walk in, Americans, whites, everybody's there. They are owned by Nigerian boys. The music that's playing is Niger and singing from South Africa.
These things don't come from just nowhere. Where do you think it came from for us Zambians to have that mentality?
The breadwinner syndrome. Yeah, we like the idea of being the one that's giving money, being the one everybody runs to, being the one that gets to talk, being the one everybody's waiting for when there's a funeral. We like that feeling, which I don't understand.
But Nigerians love that as well, but still somehow...
Yeah.
They still share and help pull each other up.
Because even in business, right, when you're in the USA, for you to get to do business with Nigerian boys, 50 of them have already researched you.
Where in the States do you live?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Where every other black...
It's the black Hollywood.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Do you meet OC there?
Yeah, I also used to live in Atlanta, and then he moved to
pronounce it correctly.
Hollywood.
Pronounce it correctly. How do you pronounce it again?
I forgot.
Atlanta,
yeah.
No, Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta. ATL.
OC. I just like that.
Yeah.
50 kids, but I mean...
There's a lady that is running for the Georgian governor, I think, right?
Which one is that?
I forget her name, but I think she was the mayor.
Yes, the cute one.
Yeah.
The one with the short hair.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but I know her, yeah.
Okay. So are you... Sorry, I didn't quite catch if you are still going to adopt those kids. You said it's going to be expensive? Right?
No, it's expensive.
Are you still going to do it?
I don't know if I'll do it, but that was my goal. I don't know.
But how do you just... just shove the idea away when you were so public about adopting these 50 kids?
I mean, once you look at the legal work that you need to go through, and also, one of the things is that it's easy to say you adopt the kids and then you have some liability issues with the parents. So like once you dig in through the adoption process, there's a whole lot of things that you have to go through that I think is easier going through if it's your family. So it's like if I'm adopting a nephew, it's easier. But if I'm adopting somebody I don't know, but just because the kid has potential, there's child trafficking. There's a whole lot of mess that goes on. And once I started reading about that, I was like, nah, I'll just leave this alone.
George, when you go to Facebook, you're quite popular for finance, investments, entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And I'm learning about your farming today.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody who has an interesting story, especially from childhood. Like, where did this hunger come from for all this success that you're enjoying today?
I don't know. Like, I just get bored if I do something and I don't get a challenge. So even my transition to business in Zambia was because USA was getting boring. Like, it becomes easier to make money at a certain age or a certain time in your career. And then you're like, okay, where is it difficult to make money? And Zambia presented itself as a good challenge. You just buy 100 hectares in Rufunsa and you can change the entire community there with a simple investment. You're making your investments and you're trying to get a return on it. But your money here changes lives, even as a businessman. In the USA, you can, right now, we're trying to invest $6.7 million. It will get 50 people working.
50?
50, yeah. If you get that money in Zambia,
you got a whole community.
A whole community works.
Yeah, a whole village.
Yeah. You get to change an entire district.
You know what you just said reminded me of something I've always questioned. Something that Jay-Z said, actually, when he spoke about how if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I always feel it should be the other way around. If you make it in Africa where there are no resources. Is it?
I don't believe that.
No, so see, the thing is
That's
that
my opinion anyway.
Zambia is yours. So even though it's difficult, the systems, Tinayaku passport office and will start speaking Bemba. I can go. So there's a level of access that you are guaranteed as a Zambian. In New York, nobody knows you. Nobody gives a shit about you. So if you are going to make it, you got to deal with the Chinese, you got to deal with the Italians, you got to deal with the Russians, you got to deal with the Jamaicans, you got to deal with the Haitians. So if you are really going to make it in New York, you are something else. Because you have to deal with everybody from the world. The competition is everybody from the world. Okay. There are 8 million people in a space like, what? Maybe I would say Silverest. Now imagine everybody's after money in that space. So for you to make it there, you're really something. I think that's where it comes from.
I saw a post where you were speaking about trying to raise 5 million kwacha for a campaign.
Oh, yes. What I'm doing from January to August, yes.
But you already have the money. Why are you trying to raise it?
I'm not going to use my money.
Why not?
Why am I going to use
First
my
rule
money?
of business, use other people's money.
Exactly.
You just said you went there to make money so that you are able to come here and change lives.
This is political campaigns. Political campaigns, you have to
It's a
fundraise.
sacrifice, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my 5 million kwacha. I got problems that I need to deal with. That's why I'm raising the money.
Wait, so what was the flex about you having the money that you made if you're not willing to put your your money where your mouth is?
The flex is for me. It's not for a project.
But don't you think it is all just talk if you're not willing to back it up? I'll give you an example. When I was looking for an investor into something, they said, sure, you've got skin in the game. How much did you put in? So we can see that you're actually determined about what you're selling.
They ask you to put in at least 20%, right?
Right. So if you're coming there with just empty hands and you're like, I've got a vision and a dream, but I want your money to make it possible.
Yeah, but I think you just separated the two things. Mm-hmm. In one area, you put your money in something expecting a return. The same way I'm putting 5 million in my farms because I expect a return. So if an investor came in, I'll say, yeah, I have skin in the game. But these are political campaigns. Do you think
So there's no returns in politics?
Well, for the work that I'm going to be doing, no, not really. I don't expect somebody.
So there's no return. Why are you doing it?
No, I don't expect to spend 5 million kwacha and make 50 million kwacha. I expect to communicate a message for our party. But again, this is why we raise money. The same way Hakainde Hichilema has to spend, $200 million to run as a president. Do you think that's coming from him? No.
Part of it did.
No. $200 million, that's a lot of money for somebody to fight.
Before he became president, I'm pretty certain that he put on his own money to be able to attract other people to begin to put in money as well.
Well, yes, if you want to be president, I'm not campaigning to be president.
Whatever it is.
No, I'm just campaigning to raise awareness for our party. It's a different strategy, but I understand where you're coming from. If I was running as an MP, I would put money in there because there's a reward for me, which is becoming an MP and eventually making some money as an MP. It makes sense.
So tell me about this awareness you're trying to raise.
So with us in UPND, one of the issues that we've had is communicating our ideology and engaging people like this, discussions. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I can talk to anybody. So the idea is you raise 5 million kwacha, you do a tour of the provinces, and you communicate the ideology of UPND.
I've got follow-up questions, maybe about 2 or so questions. The first is about China. The second is about a post that you made. You made another post on Facebook. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Where you mentioned how the president was arrested for treason, which carries a death penalty. Tell me your thinking around that. Do you think it was unfair? What's your thinking about that?
No, it was unfair. I mean, you get charged for treason for the event that happened.
What was the event?
The whole thing with Mongo.
The overtaking of a presidential motorcade.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. If the president is traveling on the road right now and you stay on the road, do you think you should be arrested for it?
Yeah, you should be arrested for it.
Why?
Because my understanding is that there's a law where you have to move away, right?
Correct.
I don't know.
There's sweepers in the front who you have to obey when they're sweeping the motorbikes, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So when those pass and you don't leave the road, what do you think should happen to you?
Well, definitely not treason.
Okay, I'll ask you.
I'll ask you a question. No, hold on. Let me just finish. You can go ahead and get arrested. but you will not be charged for treason. If that happened to you right now, do you think you deserve to be charged for treason?
I've got to follow up. Question. I've got a follow-up question. If the president is out in public,
Okay.
and George, your mic still,
Oh, sorry.
and there's George,
Yeah.
who is moving in a way that the presidential security does not understand, right? So he's in a car which is refusing to get out of the road. The car could carry a bomb for all we know. You understand?
Yeah.
Are you putting at that point the president's life at risk? Yes or no?
I honestly don't know.
No, it's a simple question.
No. You are trying to give me a yes or no answer
I hear you.
without the reality of the situation. My thing is this. If you disobey, a presidential motorcade is coming. However you disobey, treason is not a charge.
No, okay, so...
That one is a fact.
Okay, what is treason?
I don't know the academic definition off the top of my head, but my understanding is that you're trying to overthrow something, the government.
Is
you're trying
to kill
that.
a president treasonous?
Yes.
I can't speak to that because I don't know.
So,
He's the head of state.
if that's correct.
Yeah,
it
but
is.
I think you should Google that.
Yeah, we can.
I don't think...
Gob, no, you chill. Gob, just Google that.
Yeah.
So again, if you are in a vehicle and you're refusing to yield, does that pose a threat at that point or not?
Or pose a threat to
the president?
Yes, it does.
So how's that? If you're posing a threat to the president?
So if you're posing a threat to the president, you are saying that it's treasonous. Is that exactly what happened when Hakainde Hichilema was on the road? Remember, there were 5 or 10 cars. You should arrest them, all of them, for treason then.
Damn, this guy is thinking American law. Because in the US, trying to kill the president is not legally considered treason. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Treason is associated with the entire country. As in, you are talking about trying to overthrow the government. You set up an army. You go into Zambia and you're trying to overthrow. Not a traffic infraction.
I think let's go back to treason. What's treason now?
Yeah, what is treason?
No, you can just go ahead and define the academic one.
Yeah.
A traffic infraction should never be treason. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's not a traffic infraction.
It is.
No.
Treason is the crime of betraying one's country, particularly by attacking its authority, and involves acts like waging war against it, providing aid to its enemies, espionage, of course, or attempting to overthrow its government.
That's it.
What was the first line?
What treason is?
Yeah.
The crime of betraying one's country.
Go ahead.
Particularly by attacking its authority, and involves acts like waging war against it.
Okay.
Particularly by attacking its authority.
It's authority.
Who's the highest authority in Zambia?
It is known that when a president is coming, you yield.
Yes.
Correct?
No, yes.
Even if you don't respect the person, you respect the office.
Yes, 100%.
Correct?
It's just not treasonous.
No, but that's... Gob, you want to say something?
No. Go ahead.
Go turn the mic on.
It's on.
It's on there.
It's on.
Jesus.
1 2 1 2 1 2.
Wait.
1 2 1 2.
Oh gosh. Okay, on now.
1 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Conversation. Question to answer. Okay.
Okay.
If you are driving.
Okay, so I'm answering you.
Yeah, you're answering me.
Yeah.
If you are driving from Mandayo to East Park.
Okay.
And then I come in front of your vehicle at midnight, what will be your first instinct?
Brake.
And stop.
Yes. Stop my vehicle. Yes.
Come and say hi.
Like get out of the car. Well, no. Once I stop the vehicle, I have to find out why you are doing what you're doing because we're on the road.
Logic is you would feel threatened.
Would you not? Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that would be the main go-to. Like, just in my world, right? Like, if I'm driving and somebody tries to pull in front,
and he stops,
and they stop instinctively. Like, for example, there was an accident, right? Instinctively, what happens to me whenever something non-correct happens on the road is like, is there an emergency? And maybe this is just
there is no traffic. There is no traffic. Forget about traffic. It's just in the middle of the night. There's no traffic. It's one way. This back to Manda
you
Hill.
and them.
No, that's why I'm saying that in my world,
Okay.
I would think that there's an emergency. That's why the car did what they did. So I would stop.
In your way when there are 2 lanes about.
Again, that's what I'm saying, that in my world, when I'm thinking about this, right, my instinct is to say, why are they doing this? I'll stop and then go to the car.
Eesh.
You would actually, and you gave us, what, the scenario is midnight.
Yes,
Yeah, midnight, yeah. No, so in the USA, there are laws
Which we are
that
not in.
obligate. Yeah, no, I'm from there, so I gotta speak from that vantage point. There are laws that prescribe behavior on the road, right? So the idea is, if there's a problem, you stop, you find out what's going on, and then you call 911. Everybody seems to be okay with that. And again, it's not something you guys should be okay with. But I'm just saying that in the USA, you are okay with that. Somebody can be an emergency. The main thing is to stop, call 911, and find out what's going on.
All right.
So I don't understand how you guys handle the road, but given that question, that's how I would behave.
Any other person in this room, I think, would feel threatened. In the middle of the night, somebody stops in front of the car. The next thing that all of us in this room are expecting is guys with guns to come out of that vehicle.
Yeah, ideally, yeah.
Okay. Do you know that when the president is in convoy, if any vehicle is trying to come in between the convoy,
Yes.
they are allowed to shoot on sight.
Correct.
Kill.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
Yes.
So charging with children, I think at that point, it was a favor because they would have shot on
In
sight.
fact, it,
No,
it
they
happened.
could
Hold on, hold on.
shot
bombed.
on sight.
They could have
Hold on.
bombed the cars, but
on.
whatever
You
happened.
understand-
Do you understand, right? Because they were threatened. They are
But
coming
that's
in
but it's
between.
the
still
point that I'm making.
not treason.
That's
the legal argument. It's
let me tell
not
you this.
treason.
It's
Actually,
actually
it's better that they would have bombed them and killed them at the site.
They could have done whatever the hell they want to do, but it's still not treason. That's the thing. Wait, no matter how you squeeze the juice, it's not coming out as treason.
Okay, they felt it was an act or an attempt to kill a president, because why are you that close to the head of state? In that instant, when you attempt to kill a head of state, that's treason.
No,
is.
define that.
That's the thing with the law. They'll give you
Again-
that, but then there's explanations.
No.
Spying, attempting to kill the head of state, that's treason.
Yeah, but again, you have to prove that was the attempt.
No, but at that point, George.
It's even murder, right?
George,
right. Is it manslaughter or murder?
You have to define the two. Yeah.
Exactly.
George.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. You do not have time to prove. When you are out in public, you have got seconds to think.
Well, this went to court. They could have proved it.
No, my man, if a head of state is killed, at that point, whether it goes to court or anyway, the person has achieved their objective.
All that can happen. You can bomb the guy off the road. It's still not treason. That's what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want to do to that guy. The question, even in the USA right now, somebody kills Donald Trump. They can call it murder, but
No, they'll call it an
treason.
assassination.
Yeah, they can call it an assassination.
Right.
They can do whatever they want. But for you to meet the legal definition of treason, certain things have to be in place. Did you assassinate Donald Trump?
Or did you
with
attempt?
With the intention of overthrowing the U.S. government?
Let me give
An attack on an authority.
An attack on an authority with the intention of overthrowing them. That's treason, right?
So who's the head
Nah,
of
guys, you guys are not going to pass through this one.
Hold on.
I'm not giving you this one.
Who's the head of who's the head of government?
The head of the executive branch is the president.
I'll ask you a second question.
Okay.
If you decide you want to kill a president and remove him from power, and you are caught, what are you charged with?
Treason.
That is one person that you want to kill.
Yeah.
You're charged with treason.
Yes.
So what's the difference here?
Your intent. You just said you want to kill him to overthrow him.
Yes.
You are not going in the drive. You're not driving and you guys bump into each other.
No, but then the way you are killing him could be having a bomb in your car.
No, Elson,
the
George's point is this.
The intent has to
hold
be
on.
a
George.
desire
hold
to
on.
overthrow.
Say his point.
His point is there's literal interpretation of the law, right?
Yes.
And then when in such a situation like what happened in Mongo happens, you have to look at what does the law say about that particular thing. If when you go to the law, he says the law doesn't say that's treason.
No, so I just asked, if you want to kill the president to remove him, is that treason or not?
You've literally said and defined why you want to kill him.
Hold on. I'm getting there. If I decide to put a bomb in my car,
okay,
and when he's passing, I detonate it. That's what my intent is. What do you call that?
Repeat that again, sorry.
I put a bomb in my car, and as the president is coming, I stay on the road and I detonate my car. What do you call that?
You're trying to assassinate the president.
Which is?
An attempt to kill.
Just kill the guy.
Isn't that treason?
It is.
No. Here's the thing. No. Just real quick. You want to assassinate the president for what? Why? To overthrow him so that a new government
also, in your opinion, that's when it becomes treasonous.
That's where it becomes treasonous.
When we get to the why.
That.
Okay.
We're going to dwell too long on this topic.
Yeah.
We were talking about the 5 million.
No. That's what I have two questions. The first question was, you have,
I think China or something.
Yeah, you publicly said that you feel like the Chinese investment is a good thing.
Yes, 100%.
Tell me why.
I mean, the money is coming in.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's the only thing I care about.
You don't care about the conditions it comes with?
They come in. I think all money comes with conditions.
The conditions are different.
Yeah, the conditions are different. When the EU
gives you conditions, it's different to what Xi gives you.
So, hold on. So, let me ask this.
Yeah.
Are you implying that EU conditions are better than the Chinese?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying conditions are different.
Okay.
Yes.
So, now, my question to you is...
Because Chinese have made their conditions very apparent. Which, if you read, where do they say the devil is?
In the detail?
In the detail.
So, if you read have you read the details of what they would want?
I mean...
If you default on their loans.
Well, just don't default.
No. Have you read what the conditions are if you default?
I've never read the Chinese contract loan because I've never seen one. I understand the investments. I
have. And hence why I'm saying, do you think all money is good money? Or for as long as money is coming in, bolat?
I think for me, liquidity is always good regardless of where it comes from. The decision to accept. Because here's the thing. If you don't like the conditions, don't accept it.
But then again, let's consider what conditions are there in the case of default.
Well, don't accept it if the conditions are severe. It's like these people that are getting loans for 3% a day. Nobody has a gun to your head saying accept this loan. If you feel like he feels that the loan doesn't have the good conditions, don't accept it.
No,
nobody's forcing. No, exactly. Nobody has ever forced a Chinese loan on anybody.
No, you are saying it is good.
No, for me, right? Given my own risk assessment.
Have you read the conditions?
I've read Chinese loans that I wanted to take out, but not anything that's
government.
Here.
We're not talking about
for the government.
Yes, for the country.
Well, then they shouldn't accept it if they feel they're not good.
But in your Facebook post, you said the money that is coming from China is good.
No, for me, I accept those conditions. So tell me, what is the conditions?
Number one, we almost lost the airport, for example.
Yeah, because you borrowed money you couldn't pay.
But that's precisely why I'm saying when you borrow money, George.
Yes.
You always need to read the detail to say, in the unlikely event.
Yes.
That I fail to pay, for whatever reason.
Yes.
What happens? Am I tied to this loan for 5 years and I'm given certain conditions?
Yes.
Am I asked to spike my tariffs, ZESCO, for example, so that they recoup their money at the expense of citizens, for example? Am I asked to put more tax on things that were not taxed so that the government makes more money to repay? So you have to put those in things.
They control the toll gates.
So now the question is this. Were those things hidden before you signed the contract? We should stop babysitting African governments. Here is money. It's $10 billion. If you fuck up, this is what's going to happen. Do you take it or not? You have a choice. Nobody has a gun to your head. These guys, I think in Somalia or somewhere, one of these countries, they lost their port. If I said I'll give you $10 billion, these are the conditions if you default. Don't default. If you feel that you're going to default, don't take the money.
I don't think anybody ever takes money feeling like they'll default.
Okay, well then you guys are not just, well, if I give you money and you end up defaulting, I'm definitely taking the airport. If I give the Zambian government money and they default on the loan, I'm taking the airport.
And hence why I say not all money is good money. Because you'll find another country that say, listen, we need to be able to make the Zambians' lives better.
If you default, that's charity. That's not business.
Or call it whatever you want to call it.
No, that is 100% charity.
Call it whatever you want to call it, right? But there has been institutions, government, partners who are willing to come in. So you don't
think you give up anything for that money? The one that comes with charity?
All money comes with conditions, like I said.
This is why when you're in the UN, you can't even vote whatever your Zambian government wants. Why? Because if Israel says everybody votes like this, guess what? They gave you a money that had favorable conditions. There's always a price to money. It may not be an airport, it may be votes in the UN, but we will always pay. The reason why I like the Chinese,
upfront.
It's upfront. You know you're fucking me. Everybody else, you don't know if they're fucking you over.
They'll tell you as it is.
Yeah, the Chinese will tell you, I'll sell you $1.
Say it with the accent.
Don't know with the accent. What accent?
That's the Chinese accent.
No. That is incorrect. That is racist. Yeah. But here's the thing. I like people to tell me, George, this is the danger that you are in. Let me make my own risk assessment if I want to enter that danger. The same thing in Zambia. Zambia is risky from a business standpoint of view. You can stay 2-3 years working on regulatory compliance in Zambia. Mind you, you already have the money, and that money is just sitting waiting for some regulatory agency to approve you. But guess what? I know that. So what do I do? I create a business plan that anticipates all these risks. Mm-hmm. I like the Chinese because with the Chinese, it's always business. If you honor your obligations, they will always honor their side. Europe, on the other hand, I'll give you $500 million. Look at what happened with the money from the US aid. Literally came without conditions. And the day they decided they want to take it out, they just took it out. Now imagine if we were not in a position to cover what they were covering. People would be dying. This is why I like upfront. Stop treating me like I'm a kid. Zambia is a grown adult. We can pay our own bills. I don't need favors. If the market says that I'm borrowing at 8%, let me borrow at 8%. If I default, I have enough assets that you can come and take a look at because I'm putting up those assets as collateral. That's how it works. So for me, be upfront. Let's do business. We're both adults.
Before we move forward, just taking us one step back to the treason. So it used to be treason at the time it happened, but as of 2022, it's no longer treason.
I don't understand that comment. Please.
We're talking about overtaking the presidential motorcade.
Okay.
It used to be treason.
Okay.
But as of 2022, it's no longer treason.
Within Zambian law?
Within Zambian law.
So the law specifically said that if you overtake the president, it's treason.
Yes.
Well, then you have it.
Yeah.
If the Zambian law says that, then that's
happened
what it is.
2018, right?
Yes, it happened in
2017, 2018.
No, I think
17 or 18.
No, not 18. I think 17 or 18.
2017.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right, moving on.
So it specifically says the Zambian laws in Zambia say that if you overtake the president, it's treason.
So now the Road Traffic Amendment Bill of 2022 introduced a new provision to the law. The right of way of presidential motorcade, which will also include the motorcade of the vice president. A person driving a motor vehicle on a public road shall give an immediate and absolute right of way to a presidential motorcade. That read part of the amendment. So the first offender will get a fine of 3 months imprisonment.
Okay.
And the second offender will get a fine or 6 months jail term for blocking the motorcade.
Yes, but before that, did it explicitly say that if you don't do that, it's treason?
Yeah.
Can you read that? I don't think it did. Because it would have been a straightforward case for Hakainde Hichilema.
No. I think it was a bit vague on that, so they had to make it clear now.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I don't think the law explicitly said in this event
like we said,
it's treasonous. Yes.
The law has found loopholes. I mean, that's why.
Yeah.
Going back to the 5 million that was brought up, you're raising that money for...
So, I have... Most of my operations in UPND are self-funded. We have a group of guys, business guys, that support the ideology of UPND. I've raised money before. This is the first time I'm trying to do a tour, talking to people, going on podcasts, doing all that stuff. So my budget is about 5 million kwacha. I've spoken to some friends. They've said, no, I'll give you 50K, I'll give you 100K, I'll give you 20K. And yeah, I'm just raising that.
And you said the campaign is going to cost, what, $200 million?
I read somewhere that says that presidential campaigns in Africa cost about $200 million. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the exact figure, so don't quote me on that.
A lot of money.
How's this audio? Is it still good?
The microphone? Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to avoid bumping it.
Nah, it's
$100 million. That's
a lot of paper.
Is that where the money to pay your maps came from? How much did you guys pay your maps?
I don't know. I don't even know how much you got paid.
So
For the song?
Yeah, I don't know.
who
It can actually even
orders
be
that?
a private citizen.
Who orders that?
Nobody has to audit it.
No,
It's
the money that you're raising.
me?
Yes, you.
Nobody. It's my money. If I raise it, it's my campaign money. Why am I going to bring in an auditor? No. Here's the thing. I literally get to use it for whatever I want.
Granddaddies.
I can call you guys to discuss politics at Granddaddy's and drop a whiskey on that same money.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You see, when you raise money for campaigns, you raise it from generally people that kind of know you. So if you're reporting...
Oh, the public.
Well, yeah, the public, if they know me and they like my work, right? But what happens is that when they give the money, there's a list of people, names, emails. So like on a serious note, right? You open up a bank account and whatever expenditures are in that bank account, you just attach the bank statements and you send it to the people that funded you. They do their own self-audits. If they want, they can get an independent auditor. That's the person now that audits what's going on. But for me, coming from a finance background and all that stuff, the best way is don't use cash. Just use your debit card.
So there's a paper trail?
So that any amount that is spent, they can trace it. Yeah, sorry.
Reflecting on the bank
They can
statement.
trace it to whoever you spend it on.
That's a lot of... So 5 million kwacha to get you around on this tour. Relatively speaking, well, it's a bit of it's a lot of money. I say that because what ideology is in the UPND that gives you this commitment?
Free markets.
Okay.
Like I said, the Chinese can come in here, do whatever the hell they want. This is about competition. Whoever wins, wins. Free markets, lower taxes.
Are we really seeing lower taxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, corporate taxes, like for us doing business, corporate taxes, we're paying 35%.
Yeah.
Now it's 30%. You see?
Yeah.
If you look at payee, when the bands were moved up, you had almost an average 7% reduction in payee taxes. So, and again, remember, our goal is to keep on advocating for guys in government to keep on reducing taxes.
Taxes have gone up.
You see? So
Taxes have gone up.
Pardon?
They've gone up.
As a budget
No,
2 weeks ago.
It hasn't gone up.
So turnover tax applicable to small businesses threshold has increased from 4% to 5%. Property transfer tax has raised from 5% to 8%.
Okay.
Excess duties were raised on imported non-alcoholic beverages. The goal for the tax to GDP ratio is rising, meaning that the government aims to collect more taxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now let's go tax by tax, because I know when you throw a number, everybody just kind of jumps at it, right? Turnover.
4 to 5.
Yeah. So turnover 4 to 5. But the question is, what's that turnover amount? Because turnover on a smaller amount versus turnover on a high amount. Sorry, taxes on a small amount versus taxes on, if I start you at 1 million kwacha, the 5% becomes different, because below 1 million, I'm not taxing you. You see what I'm saying?
Has that changed?
So,
Because I know it used to be 800,000 kwacha.
So that's what I'm saying, that throwing numbers when talking about tax policy on a podcast, I think is too trivial. You would actually want to actually just sit down and see what is the calculation. Like, for example, payee. You literally have to say, the previous band, if I'm making 100,000 kwacha, what is my tax? Today's band, if I'm making 100,000 kwacha, what's my tax? You see what I'm saying? I went through that exercise. I called somebody and said, you give me your payroll, your check, like where they show you your taxes. How much are you paying now? How much were you paying 3 years ago? That's how you want to actually go into details. If you, like, for example, the turnover, right? You have to ask, at what threshold does it start? If it was starting at 500,000 and it was 4%, and now I move it to 1 million and it's 5%, we've lowered taxes.
So here it says, also as of the 1st of January 2024, the exemption threshold tax-free band increased from 4,800 a month to 5,100 per month.
Yes.
And the top rate reduced from 37.5% to 37%.
Yes.
Monthly table context.
That's a tax reduction. I don't know if you guys read it as such, because that means when you were at 4,000, you were being taxed. Now you're not being taxed, which means we've lowered your tax. Same thing with turnover. It's like you're at 4%, 5%. The question is, at what point does it start? That's why I'm saying that I don't think the nature...
We're saying the same thing. Some have gone up, some have gone down, right? So it depends with...
How you look at it.
Yeah. So a 6 can be a 9 depending on where you're looking at.
But all this evangelism, what's in it for you?
Pardon?
What's in it for you?
Power.
For who?
Me.
How?
You think I'm running around just because I want to see Zambia?
Asking, what's in it for you?
I have every intention of running for office at some point.
Which
right
one?
Now, it can be anything, member of parliament, mayor. Right now, the goal is to build my profile for political ambitions. That's it. I'm definitely not altruistic. I'm not doing this out of self-love.
Why do you want power, though?
I want power to change the things that I don't like. You know,
what?
Like, for example, kids in school. Like, I want to have the power to force government to build more schools. I want to have power to expand, healthcare systems. That requires influence and power. If we are having issues or delayed payments from FRA, power is being able to say, guys, go ahead and pay these people. That only comes with influence. So there are things that you can work on them on the side. But if you do not have genuine power, you're not going to move anybody in government. You see? So unless you are actually in the game, and that game comes with you having your own money, you having your own influence, you having your own networks where people know that this guy can make something happen whether we are there or not. That's what I'm going for.
But you having been in America for 25 years, isn't there a disconnect? How do you feel the pain that the person who has grown up here, who struggled, who faces daily issues in Zambia?
I don't need to know what their pain is. I just need to pay for it.
So you're addressing things you don't know?
No, I don't. I don't do that. If I've never been in Kwachiwolia, how the fuck am I going to know what that person goes through?
So what are you trying to change then?
So even somebody who's a member of parliament has never lived in Kwachiwolia, but they are going to try and help them. The Americans that come
You're not
from
doing us
abroad.
any favor, George.
No. I'm just going to tell you what it is. I'm not asking for favors.
Yes, you can.
So hold on. Let me just finish this. If the Americans come here to say there's no water, they have the ingenuity to improve the lives of people by installing water gauges, right? Does it mean that they need to have experience not having water? I'm asking a question to you guys.
Go ahead, Gob.
Because it feels like
George,
your understanding of problem solving is I have to have gone through the problem to solve it. And I disagree with that.
Go ahead.
Judge, you said you want to help people.
Yes.
Okay? You can still help people with or without being in the government. Mr. Beast did it right here in Zambia.
No, I actually do enjoy power. That's why.
So you're looking for power.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That's the point now. You're looking for power.
No. I don't think I've ever hidden the fact that I enjoy power.
So this whole helping people is smokescreen. You don't give a shit.
No, I care. Otherwise,
You don't. It's power that you want. You've just said it. So everything else is smokescreen.
No. Let's go back. Right? I don't want you guys to put words in my mouth. You asked me, what is the purpose of political pursuit?
It's a power.
Yes. Right? So that's a separate question, right? Political pursuit, the idea of pursuing political power is for the power to do what you want to do, right? Then now you're talking about humanitarian work, right? I've helped people that I don't know. Why? Because I cared for that issue. It had no framework for me to attain any power.
Or maybe because you're building your profile, like you said.
Now, hold on. I've done this in South Africa. I've done this in Nigeria.
And taking pictures.
Yeah, I've done
to post on Facebook.
Yeah,
to build your profile.
No, I'm talking about, you are asking about a profile in Zambia, right? So what I'm trying to show you that if it's purely a profile creation in Zambia, then I wouldn't care about those issues in other places, right? Does that maybe appeal to your logic or no? Or you just feel that regardless of what happens about power, because at that point then I can't really help you.
Look, we have your word to go by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my word is this, right? You asked me, why am I doing the tour? I'm not doing the tour to go build waterfalls, right? Or water wells or
dams.
No, I'm not doing that, right? What's the purpose of that specific action? The purpose of that specific action is to build my profile in my own personal ambitions. That's the answer to that. Now, you brought in other things, and I'm trying to clarify and say, these are two separate things. If you asked me to say, was my ambition to come and do this 13 or 12 years ago when I was doing other humanitarian work, I would say no. You see, because I've been doing humanitarian work for the last 10 years. Some of the things that you guys don't even know about, even before some of you guys were allowed to be on Facebook. 2008, I think you guys were not able to get on Facebook. Sorry. Yeah. You see? So I've been doing this even before Facebook was there. So if you ask me, were you doing this because you want to come and build a profile in Zambia? No. Nobody was even seeing it. That's why I'm trying to separate the two. But yes, without a doubt, the tour is about me building a profile.
So how then do you castigate somebody, a lawmaker, who is trying to make a difference in his constituency, Binwell?
Okay.
Who is in it for the people and not specifically for what you're in it for?
So, hold on. So let me ask you this. You think Binwell is in it for the people?
I think so.
Well, that's your opinion. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah,
well, tell me
I don't
why.
think so. One, he lies. He lies about things that are obvious. He lied saying that he'll monetize Facebook in, a month coming into power? If you're in it for the people, you should say the truth. That's impossible. Nobody can do that. No government can force Facebook to monetize. Mm-hmm. You know that for a fact. So,
not force, but you can begin the...
No, but it's not going to be a month. So if he's in it for the people, why is he lying?
No, keep going. What else?
Yeah, I mean, that's the basis right there.
I don't know if he's lying.
No, he's lying.
I don't know if he's lying more than...
You know he's not going to do it, and you said that he's going to do it. Isn't that lying?
So we've also heard some people say that when they get into office, the dollar is going to drop from a certain rate to a certain rate. Did they lie?
When they said, well, if it didn't happen, then it didn't happen.
Then they lied.
Well, yes, then they lied.
So why didn't you call them out?
Because that's the person that I support. So I don't know. You see, this is what I'm saying. The same reason you don't want to call Binwell.
No. I don't support Binwell.
No. So
I don't support Binwell.
Look at this. You literally said Binwell is in it for the people. The same way I feel my president is in it for the people. So if the dollar doesn't drop, if he felt that the dollar was going to drop and it doesn't, in his mind, he thought that this is what would happen, so right?
In Binwell's mind, he thought he could do it in a month.
But here's the thing. We know that it's not true. Did you know? Hold on. When the president said that the dollar would drop, did you have any foundational intellectual knowledge for a fact to say that won't happen?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I thought it would happen.
Okay.
Right,
So now
there's investor confidence.
There's a possibility.
And confidence.
Yes. There's a possibility. But with Binwell, we know for a fact you cannot monetize this country in a month once you get into power. So if you say that, you are lying.
Well, we don't know the connections he has.
What's so hard about it, though?
No.
Zimbabwe has done it.
So
did you know that?
No, I don't know. I don't know any. I think South Africa and Nigeria is the only people that I know.
You do now?
Yeah. So South Africa and Nigeria is the only people that I know. I didn't know Zimbabwe. Thank you for teaching me. If Facebook decides to monetize, they make their own business decision.
Of course.
It's a business decision.
Somebody has to push for it, though.
Yes, but not within a month.
Regardless of however long, somebody can begin the process.
Yes,
Right.
but not
They can
within
begin
a
the
month.
process within a month.
Not
They
within
can begin
a
the
month.
They can begin the process.
Is the head of state. And if a head of state calls Facebook directly, I think they would move in a way.
Oh no, dude!
so.
Dude, Facebook makes more money in a day
the whole
than
country.
Zambia than
I
Zambia
know,
makes in an entire
but
year.
He's a
We
man
do-
in power. He can make calls. And
No.
Right?
You
don't think so?
Again, remember, the head of state has power in this country.
Yes, but he also has
Just
connections
because
with other
they are-
political powers outside the
Bro, have
country.
you ever seen some of these African presidents in the UN?
I know most of them are just-
Nobody's
are just
even there
voting seats up.
waiting. Nobody's even there listening to them. They have power in their countries. Outside the world, real power is not what these
he
guys
can
are.
create connections that can get him to have that thing happen. Don't you think so?
No, but what I'm saying is this. It is not a month. If you tell me that, if you give me a project right now and I tell you I will do this in a month, and you know for a fact that it won't happen in a month, then that means I'm lying.
If he begins the process within a month to monetize Facebook, he is honoring his promise. Everything else...
You are qualifying him, but
yes.
but the thing is this. He said,
So it's
in a month,
So you call
I
him a
will
liar and
monitor-
everything is because of Facebook.
No, I'm not going to call him a liar. I'm just saying that I was a liar.
So is there anything else about Binwell?
About Binwell. One, he's spoken about spending money and has not brought in any ideas on how he's going to generate that money. I feel serious people don't just talk about spending. Serious people, especially at the level that he's trying to push, show me how you're going to pay
And
for
make
the things. Yes, the things that you're saying you're going to spend. If you look at the UPND manifesto, it's clear on how revenue will be generated. And in fact, since 2021, 100 billion kwacha budget, now we are 253 billion. 82% of what we generate is generated here. That's a serious government, you see. Now, ask Binwell. If I'm going to vote for Binwell, he needs to show me how he can do better than what we have right now. Can Binwell increase in 5 years from 253 billion?
From 100 to
100% increase in 5 years. Can you get it to 500 billion? And can you tell me the intelligent path to that? No, he's not going to do that. That's why I don't consider him a contender. The reason why I was going after him is because you're coming after our policies. And if you're coming after our policies and lying, I have to defend my party. I have to defend my president. That's it. It's politics, nothing
what
personal.
good has, of course, what good do you think Binwell has done?
Binwell has started something that I support, and the idea of transferring power to the youths. I am not a Yes, I am 100% believer that individuals that should be making decisions for a future that they will be in should be entitled to make that decision. I should not be 70 years old making a decision that's going to last 30 years.
Right.
I shouldn't.
Because you're not going to be there.
Yeah, I'm going to be dead. So like Chkwanda is the one who borrowed the money. Chkwanda is dead. We're still paying for that money. So yes, I think that part of Binwell is good.
Good. Want to keep going?
I'm trying to think of another person who's making... Sorry? JJ Banda.
JJ Banda is my boy, but you see, what I expected to happen, right? Everybody was crazy doing all this nonsense politics. People did a lot of stuff, which is granted, right? I was expecting for us to move forward, there was going to be an element of forgiveness. There had to be an element of forgiveness. Because you do something like that to JJ Banda, we are a tribal country, 100%. The people where JJ Banda is are not looking at the legal framework of whatever happened. They're just looking at a government that's chasing their son, Mwanawakwito. If I go to Eastern Province, everybody's talking about Mwanawakwito. They don't care what I believe in. They just look at my last name and they say, good. You see? So, in an effort to prevent that, because remember, as time goes by, everybody's building all these emotions around each other. I felt we could have done better for the sake of our country and the future if we just had a blanket pardon to say, guys, whatever happened when PF was in power, all is forgiven. If your actions led to the acquisition of state assets, things that belong to the government, you store money, just bring that money and we call it even. I feel that approach would have helped us heal, because a lot of people, people were beaten, people were brutalized. A lot of people held grudges. But if you come back and then they see, oh, it's one group of people now who are in power doing this. So you see all these guys who are getting arrested, they are from what? Eastern, Northern Province. What do you think those people are thinking about? Even if the guy is guilty. We are a regional society. So if you're trying to fix this about us, you kind of have to take a few losses. Like somebody would be guilty and you'd still need to forgive them so that you just destroy that perception and we have a better future. That's what I was hoping for. I'm not saying the guys were not guilty. No, I'm not. But I'm just saying that we'll go through this cycle every time. Every time
We
power
perpetuate
changes,
it, yeah.
UPND loses power. Whoever comes
Somebody
into
else
power is
comes
going to do the same
in
shit.
and it's the same.
Perpetuate the same habit,
Yeah.
the same
Rat
act,
race.
yeah.
And I just don't think that's correct.
No, I agree. Let me ask you a question. If Zambia is to have a different economy by 2030, what should they stop doing and start doing?
Make government small. Government is too dominant in our lives. A lot of us are able to
What do you mean by
operate.
small?
From a labor standpoint of view, if you have 100 people participating in the labor market, 20 should be in government, 8 should be in the private sector. That structure is what I believe can change our country. Because remember, if you have 50 out of 100 people, 50 people are in government, 50 people are in the private sector, then you only have 50 people making money. Because the only way government makes money is taxing those 50 people. True. So if you are going to change, and this is, again, when you talk about the ideology of UPND, the idea is encouraging the private sector to fix its own solutions or to find its own solutions for its own problems. Push that. Build a large private sector and then a small government. When you have a small government, it's expedient, it's fast. You get to do your permits, you get to do your papers in minutes. That's what I need government to do for me. I don't need money from them. I don't need a loan from them. I don't need shit from them. I just need, if I'm building something in Lusaka West, when the architects finish, don't take 2 years to give me a permit. Give it to me in 3 months.
What permit?
I think building permits. The architect was saying that you need permits with the...
Do you think it's the size of the government that basically dictates that?
Efficiency. So like, for example, if you are processing paperwork manually, you're going to have a lot of people working, right? But if you go digital, you can process the same amount of paper with fewer people. So that's so the small government aspect of it is the labor side. In fact, if you look at the president's 10 priorities, one of the main goal is digitization. Honorable Jack Mwimbu talked about the passport issue and trying to digitize that process. That's making government small, because now all the people that were needed to file passports are not going to be needed because you can do it online.
So there's loss of jobs and labor.
Oh, yes, 100%.
So instead of creating employment, they are...
Government does not create employment. When you lose your government job, we've expanded the private sector. You need to go in the private sector and work.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, you see, you cannot create a job that depends on taxing somebody, because if that person doesn't go to work, you have no productivity. Whether you come here or he doesn't, I will still go and do what I need to do. I'll still make my money. But if you are in government and I decide to sleep, there's no productivity. So this is why you've heard government does not create jobs. It facilitates an environment that creates jobs. And that's what the UPND government has been trying to push, the idea that the private sector is the one that needs to make these investments. Because if you force the government to do that, guess what? They have to tax us more to get more nurses, to get more teachers, to do all that stuff.
The UPND need to pay for this episode.
So government builds more schools and hospitals. Are they not creating employment?
No. And the reason why they're not creating employment is because the nature of the money. So you have to look at true employment, right? The government can hire teachers and we can explain it as employment. But the dependency still remains on the private sector to generate value. They get taxed, then you get these public services. What we are trying to say is limit those public services to essential elements and make it efficient so that real GDP is created in the market. You come up with a company, you start exporting. You do this, you start doing this. Those are the jobs that add value. Because now the government can even now tax more people, which means they can save more money, we can have better hospitals, because the idea is that there's a level of public consumption that the private sector can never take, which is education, health, right? Security. You're not going to say, open up a company to defend Zambia. So we understand that. But these jobs in government are dependent on the private sector. So we want a larger private sector to support what we consume as a public good.
Gob?
George, you have experienced democracy from a different region of this world. Do you think democracy is actually good for Zambia?
So, in America, we have a culture that supports our values, like the culture of individualism, right? Is a democratic ideal. I'm an individual, I have opinions, you see? In Zambia, our culture is collective. So the democracy brings an element of individualism that Zambia doesn't have. Zambia as a culture is almost authoritarian. Even at work, if you're working in these places, if somebody is older, you can't challenge them. You can't call them by their name. In the USA, you can call the MD of the company, Mike. Hey, Mike, do you have time? In Zambia, it's a different culture. So I don't know if what's good for Zambia is democracy or something else, but I just feel that our culture, our collective culture, and certain values that we have wouldn't do well for something like American democracy. American democracy, I can insult the president all day. I can call him fuck off. Donald Trump, you've seen on social media.
I mean, every comedian says that about Donald Trump.
Yeah. So well, now you do the same thing here with President Hakainde.
Look at what happened to Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert.
Yeah. So now, look, you guys do the same thing that these guys do in America. You didn't get my
point, did you?
No, I got your point, but I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to finish one thought first.
Go ahead.
So the thought that I'm saying is, if you are in the USA, right, you make fun of the president, you will not go to jail. You can insult him, you can do everything, right? If you guys did that, somebody will pick you up, right? Or you don't feel that? It's a question.
That's what Why Me did, eh? Why Me?
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Ma was also visited.
Yes. So that's that difference in that democracy allows you to insult. But over here, even from a cultural standpoint of view, like myself, I'm not going to insult somebody who's older. You see? Like just from a cultural standpoint of view. Now, to that question, to that point, yes, you can insult the president. There will be consequences for that, but you're not going to go to jail. That's the difference.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. If you had money and you needed to invest in either tertiary education or develop primary rural schools, where would you put your money and why?
When you say tertiary education, what do you mean that? Universities. Primary school.
Okay.
Yeah. I would invest in primary school because of accessibility and the age group where you're trying to sustain them. So if it's primary school, I think you're thinking of grade 1 to grade 7, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So that group, I think, should have minimal basic education. So even if they don't go to secondary school, there's something foundational that can allow them to operate in a society. Yeah, that would be my reason.
Okay.
George, what's your story? You went to America in the year 2000, right?
My family moved. So the way it happened was my mother initially moved there in 1999.
Okay, just take us back to your childhood and how you ended up in America.
Just before the world ended. Do you remember that time?
1999.
99. Yes.
Where they say the world was ending in 2000?
Millennia. They called it
The Y2K.
Computers will not be able to understand.
The sky will turn red.
Yes.
What's your story?
I was born in Masala, Ndola. I'm from Masala compound. My mother was 16 when she had me. Yes, very young.
Nobody got
Get arrested?
But like, this is something like when you get educated, you think about it and you're like, what happened? Because here's a 16-year-old and I think my father was 19. I don't know what the age issues are there, right? But anyway, so after that, I started school at Uni Primary School. We came and lived in Lusaka. I went to Olympia Basic School when Manda Hill was actually being built. I used to pass Manda Hill and then go to Olympia Basic School. Then we moved back, went to Ndola Basic School. Then I was left at Muzi boarding school. That's when my mother relocated to the USA.
What took her there?
Pardon?
What took her there?
Economics. My stepfather at that point had passed away.
Right.
Things were tight for us because she was doing very well in Lusaka, but the company, it was a travel and tours company. They closed and things just became difficult. So we moved to our grandmother's house. She had already bought that house.
Who, your mom?
My mom, yeah.
Okay.
So we stayed there for a few years, like when I was going to school.
But it seems like the economy picked up a little bit. You were in basic schools, then you went to Muzi, private school.
That was the time when she had moved to the USA.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so the money became better.
Yeah, the economy picked up, bro.
Yeah.
Nice one. Soft life started
Soft life,
creeping in.
yes.
Yeah.
And then after Muzi boarding school, I had gone to the USA for holidays, came back, and then I think early 2000, that's when I moved to go for high school there. But my family had already been there at least, you would say, from 1999 to maybe 2001. So
Let's talk about the culture shock when you got there.
the respect. Yeah, like you can have a kid come and tell you fuck off.
Oh, you mean like there's no respect?
There's no respect.
Oh, yeah,
That's it.
I agree with that.
There's no respect. No respect at all. That's why I'm trying to relocate to
You wanna come
Zambia.
back?
Yes, 100%. Because I'm not trying to raise my kids that side.
Do you have any kids?
No, not yet.
How old are you?
38. I'm turning 39 this year.
Okay.
It's very difficult. It's very difficult in America to have time for kids. So you are consistently working. And then if you have a child, just one child, just a maid taking care of that child is $2,000
A month.
a month. So it's extremely expensive. And then on top of that,
You want to go to Africa?
President wants to go to America and become a maid.
yeah. So in my mind, I felt if I want to have kids, it would be cheaper to do it here than in the USA.
What about quality of life?
Pardon?
Quality of life?
I think
You know you don't have 911 here, right?
no. I know that, but then again, there's always a trade-off because the work culture there is extreme.
Okay.
We work very hard, and a lot of guys, especially guys in my business, they'll get up in the morning. They don't take their kids to school. They don't pick up their kids from school. When they come, the kids are already sleeping. So you can literally spend an entire month without seeing your kids because of the time that you wake up to go to work and the time that you come back. So I made the conscious decision to say that I will hold off having kids until my money is at a certain level. Then this is why, like in the house that I'm building, I can do it fast because I saved the money for it. Then when I relocate here, within a year, boom, like just stack them up. First year, second, third, and just start raising them at the same time. It's a personal decision that I'm...
All these cultural differences that you're talking about, it sounds like you wouldn't even marry an American woman.
Hell no.
Are you married?
Yes.
You are married?
Yes. Zambian woman, Lozi woman.
I could tell just from the language. I could
Is she in
tell.
America with you?
Yes.
Okay.
I could tell from the language.
There's no way, it's interesting how you can be both black and completely different. True. Culturally speaking.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to maintain a marriage when you're not of the same culture. Like, for example, if my wife comes to Zambia, she knows to go to my uncle, leave a kavunga, go to my auntie, leave a chicken. Like, that's Zambian culture. If you marry somebody who's not Zambian, guess what's going to happen? In abakuru baisa na imini ama pockets ari matumba. I mean, imino shiri matumba. That's not the culture that I grew up with, and that's not what I want my children to be. I want my children to be Zambian, 100%. Ngamwaisa kunganda kumyandi bafukama valeta menshi. I want that. When they get to the same age that I was when I moved to the USA, I'll take them back. Because at that point, the culture is stuck.
It's ingrained.
I mean, I can stay in the USA for 50 years. I know what the fuck to do if elders come in. I know what to do if I'm around certain people. I know how to give respect to certain people. Like those cultural elements. Even if I left here when I was a kid, they're still there. You see? So that's why I made the decision to do things the way I'm doing it.
Interesting. Did you meet here or did you meet in America?
In the USA.
Oh, you met there?
Yeah, we met in the
Chances
USA.
of meeting such a woman in the United States, though.
You must have been really on the
No, it's actually a lot of Zambians are there. So we like you.
So is it like a community?
Yes, we see Zambians all the time.
Oh, so that's whom Yo Maps goes to perform to when he goes to America.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Do I want you to what?
No,
The
but that's
performance
the
in
truth.
America.
No, but that's the truth. When he goes there, he performs to the Zambian community. There's a whole community there.
But, okay.
Your Mumps has never gone to
Yo Maps, not mums. Mums are the things that...
your Maps.
Yes, because you said your mums.
Oh, sorry. I've always called him your Mumps. No, my sincere apologies. Your Maps has always performed for the Zambian community. Any Zambian artist that you see live here, other than one person.
Let me guess. Is he bald?
No, it's not even a guy. It's a girl.
Oh, what's her name? The short girl. Sampa.
Yes. That's the only person that performs for a non-Zambian
She was on
crowd.
Obama's playlist.
Yes. That's the only Zambian artist that I know will go to a country and the audience is not Zambian. Sampa. Every other artist.
Man, shout out.
Nah, she's massive. We've had her on the podcast.
Yeah, no, she's solid. She's a very tiny.
And we will never forget that episode.
She's a very tiny person.
Buzz.
Yeah.
What, because she didn't charge us?
No, the hit song is Never Forget.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah. No, she's a good person. She came to a restaurant that I was involved with.
Where, in America?
Yeah, in the USA, in Atlanta.
dope.
We popped some champagne. You know, it was good.
Mwalanda kone Fivemba.
Yeah, it's always nice to
Felt nice,
Yeah, it feels nice. I'm a Bemba speaking guy. So
I know. What kind of music do you listen to?
I've been caught up in Niger music.
Niger.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist currently?
Asake?
Asake.
Yes.
Terminator.
Yeah, Asake is my boy.
Yeah.
Before him?
Pardon?
Before him?
Before him was, there's this guy that, Mr. Easy. Yeah, Mr. Easy had good music. Techno had good music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Techno. It's a pretty good brand as well.
Yeah. No, not the phone. Not the phone.
Good segue. They're a sponsor on the podcast, sir.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, they're giving us money every single month to give gob.
So you see your language.
Wait. He just segued into a very good...
Go on.
I'm their new brand ambassador.
Shout out to
Have some
Techno.
horns, please.
Shout out to Techno.
Shout out.
Yep. Weekends. What's a typical weekend like for you? Farming.
Yeah, for here in the USA. Yeah. In Zambia. I like going to the farm.
What are you farming?
I'm trying to do maize in Rufunsa and then in Lusaka West. Not that I want to do livestock there. I just have some goats that I'm trying to set up, but
That's good business.
Yeah, the idea
And
is just
pigs.
to build a house. Yeah. For Lusaka
So
West,
to
it's
create like a ranch kind of arrangement.
an estate.
Estate.
Yeah, I want to do, well, not me, my wife. She wants to do like a wine vineyard. So the architecture is, she calls it modern Mediterranean. I just have to pay for it.
Of course. Of course. What does she
Who else?
like for work?
She has a master's in public administration. She works for the CDC.
My ex worked for the CDC.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got moved to Ghana.
Yeah, health staff.
Yeah.
That's
interesting.
Centers for Disease Control, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Center for
she's
Disease
interested
Control.
in public health. Yeah, so that's where she died.
Also, she's at the CDC
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, that's
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So, but and in America, like weekends, what's a weekend like for you?
There you have to take madame for a brunch. You have to, because during the week you're busy. So the only time you have to really do anything is Saturday. You go for brunch.
Strip clubs?
I've used to do strip clubs a lot, but I don't do them anymore. Spend a lot of money there, but
Yeah.
Yeah, the best music is always in strip clubs.
And the food. Best food,
eh?
too, is in strip
the
clubs.
best chicken wings,
Strip clubs.
strip clubs.
How?
The other food, yes, it might be good, but one thing I can put my money on
It's the chicken
24/7
wings.
is the chicken wings.
But how do the strip clubs get it right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But usually there's like this black, fat lady
Yeah.
that makes the food.
It's a very big arm.
Yes, the one that jigs.
Yes.
That's the one that makes the food in the strip club. But strip clubs, I wanted to open a strip club in Zambia, but I don't know if they can allow me. But strip clubs are very good for business.
And washing money.
But yeah, for the guys who are running business, that business.
But very good for business?
Where we meet. Like, for example, in Zambia, right? I've been meeting a lot of guys at Decapo, right? Is it Decapo or Decapo?
Whichever.
Whichever.
We know the one.
We'll meet in spelling.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've been meeting the guys there. You do whiskey, you do whatever it is, right? I don't think good business is done in offices.
Standard strip clubs.
I think
After
And
five.
golf. And golf.
golf, yes.
Yes.
Golf at a certain age. But for like when we just started like Wall Street, like started working on Wall Street, everything was strip clubs.
What if I told you there's a strip club in Lusaka?
I'll go there.
Carousel Mall.
Carousel Mall. All the girls that are walking out in the mall.
No.
There's an actual strip club where girls strip.
Yes.
I heard.
Aren't those illegal?
Yes, they are.
And you just expose them.
I didn't say way.
But there's only one carousel mall.
So they're gonna go to every single building. Knock, knock. Open.
No, I honestly
Yes.
didn't know. But yes, like to the point of business, right? It's either the clubs, the strip clubs, or any area where some level of entertainment is happening.
That is true.
Yeah. Because guys are more relaxed. I get to see you for who you are. It's not a presentation. It's not
Yeah.
a contract.
You're not bringing your representative.
No,
That's who you are.
know, like this is us talking. There's nothing in between us. A girl jiggles our ass, you throw $1, I say, okay, this is what
He's a
he
generous
likes.
guy.
Yeah.
We're going to do good business.
Yes.
Okay.
So all the guys that I do business with, they have a habit.
Off.
It's either he smokes too much,
Oh, okay.
he drinks too much.
So you judge a person's business acumen by how he behaves in a strip club?
Yes.
Okay. Who's that who judges people by whether they put salt before they taste the food or not?
I have no idea.
So
One of these big tech giants, either Steve Jobs, I can't remember who, but one of them will take you for a meal, and if you put salt before you taste the food, you're not getting the job.
Why?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, sorry.
I can't remember exactly what the logic was, but it's something to do with, judgment. Do you assess things before you make moves and things like that? Something to that end.
I had a business partner, and he told me how he hires people. So what this guy does is he calls you for a job interview, but he tells you that, listen, my car is broken down. I want you and I to go and have lunch. Do you have a car? Cool. Come and pick me up. If you don't have a car, you drive his car. So you go to the office, you pick him up, and he takes you to a restaurant which passes through the heaviest traffic. And you're having conversation. By the time that you get to the restaurant, you either have a job or not.
Okay.
Because he judges your composure in traffic.
In traffic.
Yeah.
No, that's a good way.
So you do not realize that the interview is actually on the drive to the restaurant.
I think for me, the basis of who I do business with, I generally look at how generous they are with money for women. If a guy is stingy, spending money on a woman, I'm not going to do business with him.
Somebody said to me that if you cheat on your woman, you would be a bad business partner. Do you believe that? If you have a side chick.
I don't believe that. I know a lot of guys that I make money with that have 5 wives. No, I don't believe that.
Because if you can cheat on somebody that you're getting into bed with every single day, you are at core a dishonest person.
I don't believe that. Just because there are guys that I do business with, they have a wife and they have girlfriends.
And you trust them 100% with your wife.
Yes, I can give them 5 million.
So they can lie to your wife, but not to you.
No, we are making money. I don't give a shit what you do with your wife.
So there'll be loyalty because you're making the money, and then they can go spend on a woman. That's none of your business.
Let me tell you something. What I believe. Loyalty is not a blanket thing. Like a person is just not loyal. They are subjectively loyal. They are loyal to this person. They're not loyal to that person. I can bet you right now there's people that you fucked over before.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there are people you will never even touch the strand on their head. So I don't believe loyalty is like this.
But then the fact that you have it in you to fuck somebody over,
Everybody
basically means you have a limit. The person whose strand of hair you will not touch, you have a limit.
Yes.
If at some point you have to make a decision where your house is on fire and there's 2 people in there, your wife and your child, and you have to save one, we'll see where your loyalty lies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
So if you have it in you to fuck somebody over, you have it in you also, it will just take a certain scenario to bring that out of you.
100%. For me, the way I look at human beings, everybody has capacity to fuck anybody over. True. It's circumstances that create loyalty. True. If you are given an opportunity to act a certain way and it's advantageous to you, I think people will do that. And there are people that have done that. Like recently I was working with somebody, I put a down payment, they fucked me over. And I didn't think they can do that.
So what did you do to them?
Pardon?
What did you do to them?
Nothing. I don't have time. I got to finish what I'm working on and leave. So
I know a good sangoma.
No.
He'll be coughing up frogs by 2 a.m.
I don't believe in that.
Who's Thomas Edison?
Thomas Edison, the great inventor.
The guy with the bulb, the American inventor.
Apparently, he used to employ people that way. Salt.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Just taking us a step back. So he would take you for lunch. He said others copied it. Henry Ford copied the same model when employing people. He'll take them for lunch and they put salt in their food before they taste it. They're not hired.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Imagine that.
I like that. Because people,
they call it the salt test.
It assumes that you actually maybe, from an engineering standpoint of view, you actually assess something before you make any recommendations.
Exactly what Thomas Edison is saying. It says, the reasoning behind why I would do this was that this behavior demonstrated a tendency to act on assumptions rather than evidence.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I would suspect.
Or maybe he's got a good sangoma.
Yeah.
He can know this. He can tell us this.
He looks at the steak, I was like...
It doesn't look salted, this food. You seasoned.
You don't know my grandma? She told me.
There's no food.
In the spirit.
I don't believe in witchcraft.
You don't?
No, I don't.
What do you believe in?
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
You don't believe there's an opposing power? Yes, I keep it.
Yes, I do.
But not witchcraft.
But I think when I speak about witchcraft, like I don't believe like somebody has power to create a tale on you.
The devil does.
Well,
the devil can kill.
No, I'm saying like within the context of how we think about witchcraft, like Abanindosh.
Bruh, let me tell you something.
That thing, I don't believe.
My man, let me tell you, there's places where you can go and buy lightning.
No, I would even give you the money to go buy and try it on me. It won't work.
Okay.
No. I can dare him. I can dare him right now. I'll give you the money. Go buy the lightning.
How much is it? How much is it?
It's cheap, bro. $10.
See, that's the thing.
It's not like you've bought this lightning quite a number of times.
No, you have.
But I know where to go.
No, but you have to be practical. If it's something that worked, given how emotional Zambians are, right? Somebody will watch this Z podcast and they will not like what I said.
Nelson, did it work?
They could have bought a lightning.
What are you talking about?
The lightning that he wants.
Did it work?
What are you talking about, Willis? I don't think I know.
I can dare him and I can give him the $10.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
It doesn't work. There's no such thing.
I just F you up myself.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
Long story, cut the story short.
A come out will take too long. I'll just F
The
you up.
lightening may take long, but
Why do you think I got duck knuckles? I'm repentant now. Hey, listen, we gotta wrap up now. George, my man.
thank you.
Real. It's been a
This has
fun episode, man. Really fun episode.
Yeah, no, I thought you guys thought I'll come in as a textbook guy. Nah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't think that because I've seen some of your comments. I've commented on some of your posts. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
No.
I'll close off by saying this. With everything that we have discussed, I've had the rare opportunity of working with the government. Mm-hmm. I've been to State House. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I will tell you is I feel like I've been blessed and I've been lucky to be behind the microphone, to be on social media, to interact with people, see what people think, see what people say. And I've also had the rare opportunity of being on the other side of the table where you speak to the power, right? You speak truth to power to say, listen, this is what I think. What are you guys doing? And when you have a conversation with the president or his team around him, you will begin to see that the things that happen in the back that people do not see. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a duck swim?
No.
Of course, you don't see the action.
When you
look
look beneath the water, it's frantically moving its legs.
Yeah.
But when you look at it,
looks like it's not moving.
It's so majestic. It's just floating.
Yeah.
And that's precisely what I have noticed, that there is a lot. You never go to a sausage factory because you don't want to see what happens behind the curtain, right? Yeah. So I have seen that there is quite a lot. I've had people accuse me of being partisan, etc. But I give credit where it's due. Mm-hmm. I call out things where I feel they could be done better.
Yeah.
And to speak more to Gob's point, I know we need to close off. I've always said I do not really believe that democracy should be a way to choose a government.
Okay.
And the reason is, and the people that watch this podcast know precisely what I'm about to say because I've said it 100 times. Reason being is there's George who's got an MBA, right? Mm-hmm. And we have Kalenga who's extremely intelligent, who I hear you're going to go to school again, by the way.
Well, should if he's not thinking about it.
Yeah. So the point that I'm trying to make is your vote, a person who applies logic, who looks at policy, who interrogates things, counts as much as someone whose vote is bought by a T-shirt.
Yes.
Or Hungry Lion.
Yes.
Your vote counts as much as that person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which is what I feel is effed up.
That's almost like an aristocratic system.
Precisely.
Okay.
Because now the president who's going to be in power is not necessarily who is the best for the country, but who was just the most popular.
Yeah.
It's a popularity contest.
100%. It's a beauty contest.
We need to find a way of having benevolent dictatorship apply in Africa.
America has got the popular vote and the college electoral vote. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Which is, yes, we have heard what the masses have said, like in the case of Hillary Clinton and Trump. However,
there's this class.
This is the electoral system.
Y'all are dumb.
This is the electoral system, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel there should also be another way to elect leaders.
An adjunct to the general election.
And I'll be very quick not to extend this. What happened to us before all these democracy, we had systems that worked for us.
Monarchies as well.
Yeah, but we had something that I feel worked, and then these isms came in, and we've been trying to accommodate our cultures, our priorities to these isms. So I don't know what the correct thing is, but I always wonder that if you talked about community leadership, there's no way you can tell me that community leadership started when we had independence.
That part.
Like community leadership, human beings in our society have been functioning without any isms, functioning perfectly. Proper allocation of resources. People who were in need were taken care of. Like the things that we aspire to do now. We used to do that a long time ago, and we had no ism around it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what that system is to label it academically, but I always wonder what we were before all these isms.
Benevolent dictators.
Are you going back to school?
Who's feeding you this information?
Somebody tagged me in a post of a podcast that you're on. And they said, Elson, what have you done? I
crap. What's the name of that podcast again? ZU Pod or something, yeah.
So I heard you say...
Yeah,
I heard you said you're going to school.
January. Yeah, I am.
Congrats.
What?
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Thank you very much.
What are you studying?
Finally what?
Finally. Oh, I'm proud of you. Do you want a hug? Come, let me hug you. Come.
I'm not gay.
No.
No.
But-
No.
You can let him hug you.
No.
Want to be gay?
No. No.
Come.
Oh my God.
That's not gay.
I can do it. Who's supporting this nonsense?
Hey, listen, George, this was amazing. Thank you so much for
No problem,
coming
brothers.
through. How long are you around for?
Until November 15th.
Oh, wow. A couple of days before my birthday. Listen, safe flight if we do not meet or speak.
My
until then.
birthday, as people watch this, was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
bro.
birthday.
Very much.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. As people watch this, 'cause my birthday is actually 27th October. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, what did wifey do for you?
My birthday is on 27th October, but as people watch this to be a day,
Oh, right. What is wifey gonna do for you?
I have no idea.
What did she do last year?
I can't remember. Eh?
Yarr. All right,
I
guys.
hope she's
bought
not
stuff.
watching.
She bought stuff, yeah.
With whose money? Okay, guys, listen. Please remember to support the people that support us. You can see brothers over there. Thank you so much, brothers and team, for the support you've given us for a year and some change. Big shout out to Techno for always having our back.
And for cleaning Elson's mouth. Have you noticed how ever since Techno came in, Elson never uses the F word?
I have not used the
for the
F-
same thing that
I've
you used to
not
attack
used-
me over.
I
You used to
have
call
not
me a
used the
sissy
F
and whatever
word for
because
a while.
because I was dealing with corporates. Now look
have-
at you today.
I
Congratulations, son.
dealt with corporates for 6 years.
You want a hug?
I'm not there. I'm not. Hey.
The irony.
Congratulations, Elson.
Yeah. Nah, thank you. Keep your gay trace over there. Is there anything else that we need to thank?
No, we're good.
Cool.
Our brothers and Techno and and the UPND for paying for this episode. What's paying for this episode? Because we had the 4 letters. And
No, you guys were asking questions about you.
We had those 4 letters.
I'm calling Gito right after
I was
Government.
Simply, I was simply. You need to call the guys in Rodspark.
Yes.
And our money in Rodspark is tight.
Wait, is that where the state house is? Is that Rosepark?
No. That's
our,
Woodlands.
our HQ.
The party.
Oh, right.
The party HQ.
okay.
It's government,
If
right?
anybody owes you for this, it's the party. The government
The
will
party
just
needs to pay.
They have the.
You should have heard those 4 letters a lot on this episode.
Yeah. But hey, listen, we are equal lovers and haters. If there is anybody else who wants to come, the same way as I grilled this guy, I have grilled Binwell. I have
And he's
grilled...
been well since that time, so it's so good.
All right.
Till the next one.
If you notice how people are saying we need to have more women, so can we be a little more deliberate?
Let's have Dolika. What's her name? Dolika or Dorica? It's Dolika, right?
Wait, hold on. She's coming.
She is? All right, cool. Let's look out for that. Till the next episode. Have a lovely day. Deuces.